Mm-hmm. It's just through this app.
What up, everybody? It looks like we live already. Yeah, you're getting the. I'm looking tore up right now. Haven't shaved or hopped in the shower today. I better throw on some more spice. All right, so what's up? It's your boy J Rock. Today we're doing another fragrance chat video. I'd like to introduce my co-host. You guys like to introduce yourselves?
What up, everybody? It's Stephen Fragrance here with my boys. Where they at? Here they are.
Yeah, it's Neil. What do you call
Neo,
me,
aka
Stefan?
Mr.
Mr. Miami
Miami.
Mr.
Cuddles.
Miami Cuddles, and I named him myself. So give me all the
Yeah,
credit when you start earning that money.
yeah. So today we're gonna talk about um blind buying. There's dangers that come along with blind buying. To blind buy, you gotta be a little more adventurous. Gotta be a little bit more of a risk taker, cause you're not exactly knowing what you're getting. So you like to live cautiously. You don't like to play with your money. Um, you could learn some stuff from watching this video, from things not to do. All right, or you could just not watch it, whatever. Because this is gonna be a little bit about fragrances we bought based on YouTube and YouTubers. Maybe a YouTuber does a video and he speaks very highly of a fragrance, or he's very articulate and he just totally sells you on it. So you buy
She.
it. So we're gonna talk about what with this experience of blind buying, what has been hits and misses. We'll talk about our experiences, which have been win, and when have you took it now? Because it's bound to happen when you do that. So I guess I'll start it off. We'll start about the let's start with the bad ones first. The ones that were a total miss. You just took that L, accepted the loss, accepted that money ain't coming back, and or maybe you put it up for sale and you recuperated some of that. So I'll start off with you know what, one that I recently did was Guess Indigo, the 1981 Indigo. Uh,
Hmm.
this one I got in a bundle deal because I was buying other stuff. So then they threw that in there for free, I think. When they're like, all right, I'll throw one in there, and they had a few cheapies. I seen that one, and I seen Chaos Fragrances. He had been hyping it up for a while, and then other people started making videos on it, and they seem to have enjoyed it as well. So I was all right. It seems like a lot of people ended up buying it based on his recommendation and liking it. So when they told me we'll throw in one for free, there wasn't really anything I was too interested in. I seen they had that one in there, so I was like, go ahead and throw that one in there. So I got that one, and it was like a total miss for me. I wasn't really digging it, but at the end of the day, it was they threw it in there. I thought it was too sweet for my liking, and that coconut note, it was too prominent. So I was like, that was one I could do without, and I don't see myself wearing much. So it's in my to sell or trade pile, or to throw in a bundle or whatever.
Just throw it in the trash, man.
What about you guys? What about start off with one of your
Hey, real quick. I got to do the Chaos Fragrance. The way he does his things. He says, "Hey, everybody, it's I forgot his name, but here with
Dallas,
Chaos
Dallas.
Dallas. Here with the Chaos Fragrances. I'm gonna show you 20 fragrances. So yeah,
Okay, wait. Do
someone's got to
hello,
give me the music
AC
though.
here. AC here.
One of the guys that has put an impact on me in buying fragrances starts his videos with fellas AC here. So AC is the man. But no, on to the different one. The guy that does remind me of him is Joy Amin. Told me this is something that he hated, so I said I gotta get it because I gotta see what it is, what's it all about. It's the Jaguar for Men. The reason why, because he was saying that it was
Oh, you
so.
have the Jaguar for men. I didn't know that.
is that the
Yeah,
green one or the blue
yeah,
one?
The,
the green one, the green one,
wow,
All
because
that's
right.
a classic.
it's such like a powerhouse bomb blast old school fragrance, and I like old school fragrances, so I picked this up really cheap. I think it was like $16, and I like it. It's not like for all
It
occasions,
has
if you're going
tobacco, right?
out.
It has tobacco.
It's got some. I
Tobacco.
mean, it's dark. It's creamy. No. It's more powdery, but it's got some dark kind of notes to it. So maybe some tobacco. Yeah, it's got a lot of different stuff in there. So it's a good mix though, but it's not like a compliment getter. It's more for yourself. It's something that you just like to wear for yourself, and don't go too crazy on the spray. So I liked it, even though they hated it. So I bought it because he didn't like it, but I like it. It's different.
You know which one I'm interested in is that Jaguar Evolution, the blue one. That's what it was called, Evolution. It's a
Mhm.
similar bottle like that, but it's blue. I heard, I saw Joy also review it, and he was talking about it's fresh and it's has some strength to it. So that made me want to try it out. I mean, at $10, you're not losing much. If you if you don't like it, you're not losing much. So I might go ahead and maybe add that to one of my fragrance net orders one of these days.
Mm.
Maybe I'll like it. And if not, I can always give it to somebody, or people always around here. People I talk to always like freshies.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can
I
sell
would
them
say my second one. I'll go with, there wasn't no one particular reviewer, but there was a few of them. Was Radiant Bergamot. You guys ever tried that from Ferrari?
Ferrari.
I heard it was so
though.
hyped up. It was so hyped up. People talking about how great it was and how it was going for like $100 and it was selling out. I was watching these older videos, and then now it's back in stock or whatever. But at that time, I guess it was hard to find. I tried it, and based on their hype, I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not what I got. I was kind of let down by it. It wasn't a bad fragrance, but it wasn't as great as people build it up to be. And sometimes that can affect the way you feel about a fragrance, because the hype and the expectations you walk in with, sometimes they don't meet them. You know what I mean? It's not a bad fragrance at
You have,
$20. It's
you have
decent.
to understand that some people are being sponsored too.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
I
so
don't know
so I
about
thought it was. I just bought a decan. Good thing I didn't buy the bottle. I don't see myself spending 25 on a bottle. I bought a decan. Somebody sold me a bunch of decants, and they were selling me some Ferrari ones for pretty cheap, like $3-4. So I bought a few, and I was like, yeah, that decan's gonna last me a while. I don't see myself spending money on a bottle. If you want a good bergamot, try those Aqua di Parmas. They got
Oh
some good
yeah,
bergamots.
Aqua de
Those.
Parma's good.
It's like they will, in Jen Sen's words, this bergamot from Aqua di Parma will destroy this Ferrari. Yeah,
Oh, shots fired at Ferrari.
they're so much better. Yeah, they're so much better than that. I have one right here, and it's way better than that Radiant bergamot. I wouldn't mind spending those extra $30 for it. They're well worth it.
Well, what was the other one that people were talking about? The other Ferrari. It wasn't the Bergamot one. It's another one that.
The
What's the
newest
best one? What's the best one for Ferrari?
From Ferrari,
The
from the
Neroli?
decants I've gotten,
Ferrari,
I,
yeah.
I got about 6 decants of 6 different ones, and the one I like was also the Bright Neroli. That was probably
Okay,
the
yeah,
winner
that's
in
what
the
I've heard. Yeah, Neroli's the best.
Lavender was okay, but it's still not something I would buy a bottle of. That was more. I liked it, but I think that had more to do with the projection, with the performance, the projection, and the longevity.
Also, if a Ferrari representative is listening right now, gift Chad a new Ferrari because he has given you a lot of shout outs.
Is this about helmets? Yeah. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, what's your second one,
Fire helmet.
Stefan?
Second one that they made me buy. Right here. I was just talking about this in a previous video. Halston Man Amber by who was it? Simply Put Sense. He doesn't put out as many videos. You know, he doesn't like output so much all the time. But this was on his list for it was like a couple years ago actually for I'm guessing fall or winter, and it's a very smooth kind of not very loud. It's another one that's more for you, just chilling out. Neil, you might like this one. Have you tried this one?
No.
Oh yeah, it's got some frankincense, myrrh. It's really good.
What is that one
Cool
called?
Halston
What is
Man
it called?
Amber.
Amber what? Halston Amber?
Halston Man Amber. So Halston made the biggest one, the most popular one is probably Z14, right?
Yeah.
Is that one better than that one? Is Z14 better than
I don't
that?
know. I've never tried that one. I just went straight for this one.
I
And
seen
this
a
is like a
big
very
bottle of
smooth.
314 for like
Yeah,
$4 or something
yeah,
at
it's
Mark.
really
Was like
cheap,
a big,
really cheap.
yeah. I never tried it, but I seen
It's
it
like a
there.
once in a while fragrance.
It's the same type of bottle. It's same type of
I
bottle.
haven't worn it in a year. Hold on, hold on.
Yeah, go try it. We'll spray it together. But this is a very warm, ambery with some frankincense, myrrh, kind of holiday feel to it. It's really nice. It's not. I don't think you get like very many. You might get some compliments, but maybe um, for just being there. You know, it's a dream. It's a dream. It's not loud, but it's still good. It's very good. And supposedly when this came out, this was like $100. It was really people wanted it. It was in low production, I guess, and it got really hyped. And then after that, Halston started pumping them out again. So then the price went down. So I
So
got it for like 30.
how do you feel about that one? Was it a winner in your book? You walk away with that W?
I think so. Actually, I think I'm a kind of like a little mix with this one because I do like it, but it's more for, more for maybe like a family event, something kind of formal. Uh, it's not really my style. It's like an occasional thing for special occasions. So, hey, I think it's good. It's like better than average. So it's like a 7 plus. So
All
I think it
right,
was
all
good.
right. Me, my other one I got was this one. These are the two I bought in based on Chaos Fragrance. This is a winner. This one was really good. I was very happy with this. The Aqua Fahrenheit. I was like, shit, it better be good because this shit was like $100. So I was like,
Oh,
that's a little bit more of a riskier blind buy, but I was happy with it. I figured I go if I don't like it, I shouldn't have a problem selling it because it's a Dior. Enough people like Fahrenheit. Where I was like, if I don't like it, I'm pretty sure I could sell it. But now I liked it enough where I'm keeping it. I was happy with this one.
Yes, we circle jerk after the
Yeah, the
show.
the, the performance is not great, but it's aqua, so you gotta walk in there
Him
already expecting that, knowing that it's not gonna last
on the
that long.
left. No, him. No, that. Hey, my finger can't go that way. Jay, you have soft hands? He's like, yeah, he don't want to get into it. He doesn't like the drama. Uh,
What's the difference though? What's the difference between the Aqua Fahrenheit and the original?
The other one is a lot more powerful. It lasts longer, and
Oh,
this one is lighter. It has like some grapefruit and some it's like it's trying to be aquatic fragrance, but they're throwing a heavy violet note in there. So it's
yeah.
not exactly a freshie. It's like
Huh.
it's like its own thing. It's very unique. That's one thing I liked about it. It's very different. It's something. Even the original Fahrenheit is a little bit outside the box, if you will. So that's I always like when I find something like that. And I mean, it has to smell pleasant. I gotta like it as well, but I give it extra points for being interesting and different.
Is
So
it
I
better
was
than the
happy with
is
this
it
one.
better than the original, you think, or you think original still stands?
That's a good question. I have to go back and smell the original. 'Cause I haven't smelled it in a while. I have to go back and buy a bottle.
Oh, okay.
Because I really, this, if you smell it, it kind of reminds me of what the original smells like because of that violet. But I can't tell you 100% what the original one smells like because I haven't smelled it in a long time. In a good, I don't know, in a while. So
Hmm.
I can't really say.
Hey, have you guys ever smelled this one? John
yeah,
Barbados, the
no,
original?
no.
No? Well, what's his name? JC? Well, he changed his name from Jay Copeland to JC. Jay Copeland is always pushing this vintage one. This
Yeah, it's good.
vintage. I never tried the
Yeah,
vintage,
the
but
vintage is good. I like it.
okay, if the vintage is good, this one's good too. This is a really big
But
plum note.
the thing is with the vintage that's weird is if you smell it in the store, it doesn't smell that good. But if you smell it like on your skin after a couple hours, it smells real nice.
Okay.
Like you
Yeah.
can spray it
Yeah,
in
I
the air,
rem-
you're gonna be like, it's not that, it's not all that. But after you wear it, man, it smells very good.
a
Vintage
lot
smells
of
good.
a lot of leather, right? It's got some leather in there. Doesn't last the longest. Or is it tobacco?
Tobacco, yeah.
Okay. This is darker. This is good too. But that's the thing that pisses me off with the John Barbados. They don't last very long. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, I hear a lot of hype on those too. That
Come on, man.
a lot of people like that brand, Barbados. I've never bought a bottle, and they don't appeal. I've never tried them, but they just don't appeal to me. Like I hear about them, and I'm like, like nothing that really interests me.
Yeah.
This one is the one I was talking about. It's called Bergamota di Calibre.
Oh,
Oh
If you're looking
shoot,
for a
this guy's
bergamot,
a big
this
boy.
one's nice. This one
big
is a
boy.
nice.
Big.
It's very juicy, very vibrant, and the only thing is you gotta go heavy on the sprays for it to really project. But when I go like 10 sprays with that, but
Damn.
it feels good. Because when I go 3 or 4, I feel like it doesn't really last. I go about 10 sprays and it lasts me a good 5 hours, and it projects nice in the heat. Man, you walk out there feeling like a new man, like you just hopped off the shower, so you don't feel as hot just by smelling yourself.
Okay. Feel
Yeah,
like you just took a dip in the Pacific Ocean, right there, on
All right,
Ventura
right,
Beach.
yeah, just you're in the hot heat. You smell yourself when you're wearing this. You're smelling it, and it cools you down a little bit. You feel like all of a sudden doesn't feel as bad. The heat doesn't feel as terrible anymore.
Nice.
I think Aqua de Parmas are EDCs, which means they're only colognes. They're eau de colognes.
Eau
Yeah,
de
they're
cologne.
Yeah,
I
they're not
think
very strong, but
it
they
depends how much you
project.
pay for these. I guess it all comes down to the price, but I do think they smell nice. But this is the only one I own, so I never tried the other ones.
What's the one that Killer Frags bought? It was. Do you remember, Neil? He went. He's like, my first Aqua de Parma. Well, it's kind of tough because you got some money. You got, you want a good fragrance, and you only got one shot at it. So you probably want to take your time, know the,
Yeah, the
know what
original
it smells like.
is very
Yeah,
interesting.
I could
The
see the
original,
appeal of like instead of buying something like this for 80, I could see you wanting to buy maybe three for $80, and you could get something similar to this cheaper. I could see how somebody might want to go that route. And sometimes you end up winning that way, and sometimes you end up not being happy with your purchase. It's always a gamble. So how you say that you sample them, you know exactly what you're getting. When you're just kind of winging it, sometimes you could walk away with three and you're happier, and sometimes you're like, why not buy that one more expensive one? It all just
Mm.
depends. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you another one I bought based
the
on
green one. Hey, by the way, if you ever come across that Colonia Club, that's a very good one,
which
and
one?
it's Colonia Club. Colonia Club.
Colonia Club.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
name of
in
it.
a green.
What
It's
brand
in
is
a
that?
Aqua de Parma.
Colonia Club. This one I got it pretty. I
It's
got it
good.
pretty cheap. That's why I bought it. Because
How
sometimes
much?
on the
What'd you pay?
fragrance groups,
What'd you
sometimes they
pay?
give you a pretty good prices where it's worth a blind buy. It's worth gambling at the price they give them to you.
Oh yeah, let me smell that.
Smell it. My camera. Like I want to see if my camera can pick it up. That's all.
They can't hear you that good, Neil.
Oh, hello. Can you hear
There.
me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could hear you better.
Percival.
Percival.
Yeah.
You like that one?
It's all right. Let me see. Oh wait,
mm.
sprays the other way. It's kind of interesting. I think you would like it.
Was it peppery or is it loud?
Like lavender, um, kind of fresh, like bergamot lavender. Let me see what the notes are.
Okay.
Maybe pepper. Maybe
You know
pepper.
what
I
I
can
was
see.
trying to find? This is kind of off subject, but what? Well, it is to do with some fragrance reviewers. There's this fragrance reviewer named Fragrance Matt, and he was, he's an
Matt Caucus. Matt
not
Caucus.
old, but he was doing it about 3, 4 years ago. He was into fragrances. Maybe he started his channel like 7 years ago, maybe plus. But he would always talk about kind of under the radar fragrances, powerhouses from the 80s. And I really like the big powerhouses from the 80s. I mean, this is kind of one of them. Definitely. If you put 2 or 3 sprays of this, man, that room is clearing out. If they don't like the powdery feel of this 80s style fragrance, they're clearing out. But another one that reminds me of this is the Ted Lapidus that I bought because of Fragrance Matt. I thought uh, he was like this stuff is strong, and I like that. But what was it? What were you saying, Percival?
Yeah, I'm looking online. It's going for $140. It's a Parfums de Marly.
Oh shoot!
It's going for $134 with free shipping. That's not bad.
Buy it right here live.
Uh, it's not bad for that price.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
has
Just
it has a lot of what do you call it, like ambroxan, heroin. It has heroin. It has
hmm.
orange. It has
I'm
like
gonna say another one. You know which one I got, and I was very happy with it. There was also a blind buy based on a few videos I saw, and it seemed to get positive feedback. And
smells like
I
lip balm.
checked it out, and I was very happy with it. Was the Segna Womo?
Segna Womo.
Segna
Oh,
Womo.
the Womo. Yeah, that's another one that I've been trying. I've been wanting to
That's a
try. It's
good
that
one,
one with
man.
the bottle with the black on the sides.
It's just a long rectangle bottle.
Yeah, and it says Womo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that
Oh,
was Salvatore Ferragamo.
yeah. No, that one was a Womo. I was very
Uh-uh.
happy with that one. I watched 2 or 3 reviews. People liked it. I got it, and I was like, "Yep, I go. This is a winner." And that's
Winner,
one
winner,
gonna be
chicken
in my.
dinner.
It's a little soft on the projection, but it's nice the way it is.
Hmm.
I thought that one was it's kind of versatile too. You could use it for a lot of different things, casual, office, work, or any type of job. Another one I seen who was hyping this up? The Signa brand was Chad. Chad from
I'll check it
Gentleman's
out.
Gentleman's
Journey.
Journey. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he hypes up the Signa line, and I only have that Uomo and the Milano or Milan, and both of them are good. I don't want to well, yeah, I already said I like that one. I'm planning to do a review on it later. I was happy with both. I know he hypes up the Ferrari line as well. I like watching his videos. I find him entertaining and a little different from everybody else. And I watched he hypes up Ferrari and he hypes up Signa, and I'm definitely more on the Signa. The ones I get from
Oh,
Signa
shots fired.
over the Ferrari ones.
Chad, look out. J Rocks is coming for you.
Oh shit, we got some people in here, man. We got Fragrance Journey. Hey, what's up, Fragrance Journey?
So I've never tried the Ferrari, but I've
Hey,
never
hey,
tried the.
hey. Fragrance Journey is shipping you a package,
Cool.
Stefan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What up?
that's
Stefanski.
nice.
All right. Thank you, Fragrance Journey. Thank you so much. Fragrance Journey has some really nice picks. He's got some uh, really different types of picks that he talks about on his channel.
I'll tell
He's
you
a,
what he has. He has really expensive tastes. Is what he has. Yeah,
I
I was
never
thinking
even checked
about.
the price, but I was kind of had that feeling.
Yeah, cause I seen his bottles and I was like, I want to try some of the stuff he talks about. Then I'm like, I look him up. Then I'm like, wow, boy, this guy likes some pricey fragrances. So it's a little
Yeah.
bit more like I gotta kind of make sure I sample them first. At that point, I guess.
Yeah. And when you get into that zone, it's like different types of smells you probably never smelled before. So, you might not know how you might react to it. There are a lot of
I don't
fragrances.
mind that because I have a lot of niche stuff here that I like, and other people that will try them that I know they'll be like, nah, this is whack. But to me, I tend to always like, not always, but more often than not, I tend to like things that are like a little outside the box. Like with music, I was big into listening to music in the underground before it comes out on the radio. Like once it comes out on the radio and it's mainstream and everybody's listening to it, I'm like, man, I
Uh,
used to like this rapper before he was famous. Now that he's
who are
famous
you
and he's
listening
like,
to? Who are you listening to?
no,
You
I'm saying
listening
like
to
back in the days
Rudy?
back in the days when I was growing up, I blind bought a lot of albums and people are like, who are these guys? I go, I don't know. That's why I'm gonna listen to them. They're like, these guys are not even on the radio, and I go, I know they're not on the radio, but I like to buy stuff that's not on the radio, and I choose what I like or not. And a lot of these guys that I'm bumping and I like, I'm listening to them before they're on the radio, before they're famous. And I'm
Woo!
telling you, this guy's good, this guy's not good. So I'm telling you who's good and not before they make it. And then when they make it, I tell you, I've been telling you for 2 years this guy was good. And then it just takes a while for the radio to catch on. I don't like once it's on the radio tells them to switch their style up, make it mass appealing, and then after their first album, they're not what they were when they came in, and then they're a watered down version of themselves, or they tell you you got a deadline 6 months to bring the album out, so they just bring out garbage really fast, and it's not as good. So I
Yeah,
like doing that. Same with anything with movies and stuff like that. I like watching stuff before it becomes popular, like when it's not mainstream yet. And I think that same mentality I have when it comes to fragrances. I like some. I also like the regular mass appealing stuff. Of course, we all do, but there is also for me it's easier to ease into things that are a little bit out there than it would be for somebody else. Let me just
yeah.
put
You
it that
want to,
way.
and also I think all of us have. We all want to stand out in our own way. So we don't all want to smell like Sauvage, especially if you're getting into fragrances. You don't want to smell like the other guy, the other four guys that are at a party or whatever, or you're at a little kickback reunion. You want to smell different, something unique, something people can remember you by. And then you put the little ring on your finger and you ask her to marry you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I noticed too? Even when like when I was growing up, the CK1, Aqua di Gio, Curve, those were the popular ones, right? And I think Cool Water was still popular. Still, a lot of people wore it. They still do to this day. But at that time, it was different than those. It wasn't just your regular freshie. Like it stood out from your CK ones and
Which
your
one?
Aqua di
Cool
Gio.
water?
Yeah, Cool Water. It stood out
Yeah.
from your regular sweet fragrances. It had some. It had some like green to it. It was a little different,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still very popular. I mean, you were definitely we're not gonna be the only person wearing it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And it always becomes always the thing that the new thing starts becoming mainstream, and then once it's mainstream, then it's like, all right, I'm off of that. Let me get to the next one. I need
Yeah,
something
like you have to have people that think that way. You have to have people that say this is already mass appealing. Everybody's wearing this. Everybody's dressed in this way. You have to have some people that say that's already played out because they're the ones that start the new style because they want to find something different already. If
yeah,
it wasn't for people that think like that, we'd have the same style from the 80s. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You have to
yeah.
have people that constantly want to switch things up so that it opens up space for new companies to create something different.
Mm-hmm.
Or else
Something different.
Samsung will be the top selling electronics, you know? But it's
Mm-hmm.
not like Sony and other brands because you have to have somebody that wants something different. It's like that with
Let's
games
switch
too.
it up.
With like Modern Warfare, everybody used to like that game. And then when all the hardcore players, they started making it easier for the newcomers. So then the hardcore players are like, what's the point of me learning to play this real good if you're making it easier so that now that someone that just starts could play just as good? So they leave
Mm-hmm.
that game behind and they're into other games now, right? And they're no longer into the hardcore players are not into the Modern Warfare anymore. And they're gonna because of them, whatever new game becomes popular, they're the ones leading the pack. You know what I mean? So you have to have that, or else
You gotta
we
have
never
you.
get anything new.
Yeah, you gotta have people pushing the boundaries. And glad that we have some fragrance people who are willing to step outside of the comfort zone. Like people like Fragrance Journey. This dude getting fragrances I'd never heard about. Who else? Like people from like the Wafts from the Lofts guys. They always do, and I know they got some expensive taste too. Almost every single fragrance they talk about, I have no idea what they're talking about. But hey, if in the future, if something's a true banger, then we're gonna find out. We're gonna
Yeah,
find.
that also comes from the perfumers themselves, because you have to have perfumers that say, you know what, I'm gonna throw this other note in here that is so unusual or it's not typical, something you don't find in fragrances. Those ideas have to come from, they're the ones that start at the top. They're the ones that gotta, but again, they gotta take those gambles. If nobody likes it, people are gonna say, "What the fuck are you doing? You're fired."
You're fired. Hey, what do you
Hey,
got? What do you? Yeah, go ahead.
uh, yeah. So let's get a little fun here. You know how I like to add fun. Okay, so anyway, this is from George on Facebook. Me and Ashton Kirkland are thinking of hosting an event called Scent Exploit. Any takers?
Set
You know,
exploit.
yeah, you get it. It's like because it's supposed to be Scent Explore,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scent Exploit.
So he's doing so, but I thought he
I
was
like a
going to.
joke, dude, because there's a lot of fragrance reviewers out there that are hyping. The whole Scent Explorer is put on by Parfums de Marley. So Cuba does a video like, "Oh, Parfums de Marley, the red one is out. Wow, this stuff is amazing." Yeah, they're hosting an event.
Yeah,
you
isn't
know,
it? Isn't it? What's his
it's like,
name too? Max
it,
Forte is doing. Has
yeah,
a
but
big part in it.
it's like kind of sponsored by Parfums de Marley, and I'm like,
Hmm.
dude, it's like,
Well, someone was talking about that. Someone was talking about that in a video. I forgot what fragrance reviewer it was, but it they were talking about how it's different when it comes to fragrances. Like, say there are a lot of YouTubers who have they're sponsored. It'll be like a sponsored video, but it'll be, I'm talking about a cell phone, and at the beginning, oh, this was sponsored by whatever. It was sponsored by maybe a juice brand or some sort of protein powder, but it has nothing to do with the cell phone I'm talking about. But when
yeah,
fragrances, it's different because the people who are sponsoring it usually are the fragrance people, the
yeah,
owners or the fragrance company. So it's a lot different. It's kind of easier to get into people's minds about, oh, I'm not biased, but they're sponsored by it, so it's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, like someone that has big video game channels can be sponsored by, you know, something that has to do nothing with that video game, how you said. So it's a little
Yeah,
different as opposed to
yeah,
you saying this video game is great and you're a video game channel and you never
yeah,
stream the game because you don't like it. You know,
yeah,
right? And you just say
yeah,
it's good because you're told to. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day, I don't knock nobody's hustle. That's all you. We gotta, as a viewers, we gotta be smart enough to know who's a commercial
yeah.
basically sponsoring something and who's
Well, you gotta know. I already know, but a lot of people
yeah,
are gonna do
I know
legit.
when I watch videos, I know who comes off to me as they're just showing this because it's new and they're sponsoring it, or maybe they're not sponsoring it, but I don't take their opinions too serious. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're saying it's out basically. They're saying this new
well, you
fragrance.
guys didn't know I'm sponsored by CK. You know what I'm saying? CK right here. Check it out. CK shirt,
The
CK
thing
hair.
is,
Brought to you by CK.
Yeah, but to
yeah,
me that doesn't influence me if I like the channel or not. That I still watch it. That doesn't bother me because I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to me if I wanna buy what they're selling. You know what I mean? So it's like they're just doing what they gotta do, and it's up to you to realize it. So that doesn't affect me whether I watch channels or not. But I know which people I take more serious into
yeah,
consideration when I'm
Yeah.
listening to them, which I take more serious to the point where I'm like, you know what, I might try that fragrance he's talking about because he seems legit.
Who's
And
got the
sometimes I don't
dignity?
like it, and it's just a difference in taste, you know.
hey, hey,
But
what
I
do you
feel like
think
they're
of
being
Juice
real.
Box?
Juice
they got the
box.
they got the lowest ratings on Fragrantica. Juice Box. Oh
I've
my
Never
never
god.
tried.
tried juice box. I'm not a
Yeah,
big fan of
Let's
their
see.
bottles, but
No, I like
I
their bottles.
appreciate I
Okay,
appreciate
Feel and
the
Chill got a 2.95. Okay, like,
design, but
I
no,
never
but
tried juice box.
I heard a review today, and this guy's talking about, oh, I got into fragrances because of back in the old days, blah blah blah. And he goes, but now they make fragrances like Juice Box, and I'm like, my God, this is so obvious. Juice
Fragrance
Box
Journey
has the
says Fragrance Journey says they're
lowest reviews
overpriced.
on Fragrantica. Oh yeah, man, they suck.
Yeah,
And another
totally,
one,
man. They
and
cost
another
like
one,
150 bucks, bro.
Imaginary authors all suck, man. I'll never, if they offer to give me a bottle, I'll say no, that's okay, because I can't give you a good review. Well, I didn't smell all of them, but I smelled the popular ones, and I was like, oh, one after another, like,
Yeah, some people, like I don't know how it works for fragrances, but like in other medias, they don't care if you give a bad review or not. What all they want is that you put the name out there that this thing exists.
Yeah, some
And
promotion
even if you
for
don't
them.
like it, the point is people already heard of it because you said you didn't like it, but you still put it out there on your video, so people have now heard of it and interest has now sparked. You know, like now people are like, should I
yeah,
buy it? Should I try it out? So some people don't care what review you give as long as you show it on the video about it.
Yeah.
And some actually do care and they want you to. They kind of guide you towards make sure the review is
Yeah, but
favorable for us.
the thing is, they're going like Fragrance Journey says they're going for $200. Now, there's irresponsible people out there. This guy, he's like, oh shit, should I uh, spend my money on rent this month or get a juice box? And he ends up with a juice box, and he's like, that motherfucker. Oh, I better calm my words down.
He's screwed me over my
He
rent,
screwed
and
me
then they
over.
start, and then they
Yeah,
evict
now I
him. He's
can't pay
out on
my
the
rent, and I'm
street.
stuck with this crappy bottle of juice box. I'm like,
All right, here's a question for you guys. If you guys are evicted, you spent all your money on fragrances, you're getting thrown out on the streets. What are the fragrances? Those three fragrance? No, just one that you take out and you're homeless. What's the one you're gonna take?
Hey, I agree with you. Hold up. Where Fragrance Junior here says $200 for 75 mil. Hell no. That's like
I've
more than
never
Tom
smelled
Ford.
one though. I can't
Yeah, that's
say
like
anything
more
because
than
I
Tom
haven't
Ford.
smelled one.
I
But
would never buy it.
I
I
just
would
look at
never
the
buy something
reviews
at
on
that price.
Fragrantica. I look at the reviews on Fragrantica. They're all like real low.
Hmm.
Honestly, reviews on Fragrantica, they don't mean shit to me. Like, I really don't
Oh,
care about
shots fired.
Yeah,
that.
I'll be honest. You know, I see a lot in no, a lot in common with some of those Fragrantica reviews.
Okay,
I
to
think
me,
It's
the
they're
like
I think
reviews,
they're
for
pretty
me.
accurate.
For me,
I
it's
think
a
they're pretty
give. It's
accurate.
sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's good, sometimes really accurate. It depends. I feel like a lot of people hate the Calvin Klein reveal, but I know a lot of people who do like it. You
you know
know, it
what? I'm gonna
depends.
buy that. I'm gonna buy that based on your description of it, Stefan. It
All
interests me.
right.
I'm gonna try it out.
So you tell
Uh,
me, tell
yeah,
me,
I get
tell
it.
me
Sometimes,
if
like for
Oh,
right
they got
now, if
one
you made a
that's
video and I'm like, you know what, I want to try that out. Sometimes I get influenced because based on what someone says to buy something, but that never influences whether I like it or not. They could totally like it, sell me on it, I buy it, and then I'm like, this is garbage. Or they
yeah,
could hate it, I try it out, then I'm like, you know what, I really like it. At the end of the day, we all have our own opinions once we try the stuff.
as long as
oh,
you put me in, as long as you put me in the review, I'm down for it. Say if you hate it, I hate it. Never trust him again. Tell him. As long as you put my name in.
dream.
Make sure you subscribe to Stefan and hit that thumbs down button. Nah.
Yeah. It's all good. Hey, as long as you're interacting, it's all good. I found that out. As long as you're giving me an interaction, that's what counts. I've bought many fragrances that have low fragrantica reviews. Yeah.
Really?
So I think it depends. It depends. The thing is too, what you got to remember with the reviews is say it's kind of like on the Google reviews or the Yelp reviews when you're going out to eat at a restaurant. Usually the people who are going to review it and they're going to give a review, they're going to take the time out of their day to give a review. They either had a bad experience or they had a really good experience. So those are the people who are usually vocal. So that it's like the waiter sucked, they didn't bring me my water, or oh the waiter was great, everything was fantastic. So you got to remember that too.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all subjective. It's everybody's gonna have their own opinion. As long as it's their opinion, that's fine. And then your taste could be totally different from the people giving
Yeah,
those reviews. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
I could love
yes,
pizza. I could love pizza. You could love pizza, but I'm eating it every day. So when I'm on the 10th day of eating pizza, I'm like, this just sucks. I want something different. And you
yeah.
have maybe never tried it, and it's your first time. You're like, oh, it's amazing. And it's not that it's any better or worse or they might change. It's not that my taste changed or anything. It's just that at this moment I'm tired of eating
Yeah,
this certain
I ate
thing
too much
because I
pizza.
had so much of the same.
Yeah, that's true too. I know sometimes people. I remember Andrea from Curly Sense. She was talking about. Shout out to Curly Sense. She needs to share that subscriber count. But anyways, she was talking about how her dad or her uncle, she would always go into his room and spray on his colognes, and she loved certain manly scents, so that's the type she gravitates to now. Hey, maybe it's like that. That's why she loves Fahrenheit so much. It's like a memory from the
Yeah,
past.
I like her channel. I find it fun. It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, she has good content.
She's good. We got to do a collab, Andrea.
She's
Let's
she's
go.
she's
Small fry squad.
she's got a
She's
good
a she's a
personality,
she's a small fry squad
but
viewer.
you know, she's average looking. Everybody's like, oh, she's all this or what. She's an average looking woman, but she has a good personality, and she's very bubbly, and that's what I like about her. She's
Hey,
very
don't you talk?
bubbly.
Hey, don't you talk about my
No,
Greek
because
goddess like that?
I would never bring up looks, but everybody brings up looks. That's I'm like, okay, she's average for Miami, but she does have a very good bubbly personality and happy, and she
What about
smiles. And
Stefan? What about Stefan?
Yeah.
No,
What? What? I told him. I
I
said,
enjoy
Neil,
watching
I
her
don't.
thought it was
videos.
Brad Pitt at first. I was like, what the hell happened here?
Huh?
What?
I thought it was Brad Pitt on the stream when I saw you. Then I was like, oh,
Exactly.
wait a
You
minute, how did he
see?
get this link?
Exactly. Exactly. Look, don't you talk about my Greek goddess that way, Neil. Or I'm gonna come over to Miami and I'm gonna do something that I can't repeat on camera.
I'm gonna spray a very cheap synthetic fragrance on you.
I'm gonna.
And you don't have to walk around wearing it all day.
I'm gonna make him watch. I'm gonna make him watch some of the reviewers he hates. I'm gonna put it on loop and just keep your eyes open like this. Super glue 'em.
Now
I'm
they
on
all bring, they
the
all bring
Facebook
different
groups.
things to
I'm
the
on the
table,
incense right now.
different
Just listening
personalities,
to you
different
guys.
styles. I don't mind watching. I mean, I know some people get mad that, oh, this guy was fake advertising. I bought this cologne, it sucks. I mean, they didn't force you to buy it. You know what I mean? There might
Yeah.
be any.
That's true.
Their channel
But
is here.
a lot of times you can't really smell it because it's only sold in certain shops.
Yeah. Then also some of these people are they have YouTube channels for different reasons. They might own a store and they're here to try to sell their products.
Yeah, like the first time I bought Alexandria Hawaii Volcano Intense, I thought that was the worst fragrance I ever smelled, man. But everybody's hyping it, hyping. I'm like, oh my god! And I had
I
other
don't like
people smell it too. I had other people smell it, and everybody said it stinks.
yeah, I don't like buying I'm not really into the idea of clone houses. Like I don't hate the idea. I'm not against them, but I'm not into wanting to buy them myself really. So I don't really waste my money on that stuff. So I
No,
don't really buy them.
it gave me a rash too, and I was like pissed off.
Oh my God, that's the
Yeah,
worst, man. You
it,
spend money on a fragrance and he gives you a rash.
yeah,
Where's
and it
Honey?
stunk.
Get Honey in
Yeah,
here.
that's why I was so pissed. And I'm like, dude, man, I went back to the guy who was recommending it, and I was pissed off, and I was like really pissed. I was like, I spent money, and then Hani made it up. He sent me like a sampler set or whatever,
That's good.
and then a new fragrance. He actually sent me two new bottles, which
But the
were
clone
okay.
house is alt the ALT. That's another clone house, right?
Yeah, alt.
Yeah, they got a bunch, right? The one thing that I don't like J Rocks was saying earlier in the past stream is the bottle design and the whole design has to do with it, and when you look at the clone houses, it's always the same bottle, the same design,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's just
like
a
some
decan with
bottles,
a
man.
sticker slapped on it. And then they
yeah.
charge you prices of what the original would cost. You might as well get a 30 ml decan of the real juice off of somebody.
Hmm.
We got Mr. Homer Simpson in the house. He's offering to buy us all fragrances, guys. What do you guys want?
Oh,
What do you guys want? If he was to really buy a fragrance, we know he's playing around, but if they were to message you a fragrance, what were you interested in trying out right now?
do you know, Neil? I'm trying to think.
What? Oh, say that again now. Office fragrances.
Yeah,
If
what,
no, no,
what
if you
fragrance
could.
would you, if they could ship you right now like a 10 ml decan or something for free, what would you be interested in trying out right now? What
Oh,
fragrance?
there's one. Aussie and me were talking about last night. Let me see if I can find it. It's from a company called. I'm gonna look through it. Damn.
The one that's not too expensive that is next on my list that I want to try and I want to talk about is Rasasi. Something from the Rasasi
Hawas.
house. So like Havas, or there's another one, the Shura, I think, but Hawas first.
Okay, I'm
I don't
gonna
know if you
type
guys
it
have
in.
tried that.
This is the one I really want to try. It's called. Hold on. This company.
Homer wants to date all of us. So let's go. Oh, hey, if you buy us each 5 fragrances, you got a deal on my part.
That's the
I
name of
want
the company.
Rasasi. I tried, a house that kind of has disappointed me is it's not it's kind of like a clone house, I guess. It's more of a designer is the Zara. Zara, I tried the Rich Warm Addictive, which is like the big one that people talk about. It was okay. It's not nothing. I didn't feel like it lasted that long, and it wasn't like really impressive. Vibrant Leather's good. There's okay ones. They have the numbers, but overall, I'd rather take some Express fragrances over Zara. So that's my. Zara's a little disappointing.
Yeah, the
If
one
I
I want to
type
try is
something,
there
can
was
they
this
see it? Hey, let
what was
me
it
ask
from
you something.
Giorgio Armani Pride or something like they have like a more expensive line. I kind of wanted
Yeah.
to try some of
Okay.
those.
Yeah. I have some.
I haven't tried them. I don't know if they're kind of expensive. I don't know if they're
They're
worth
very good.
the
They're
price.
much better than a regular Armani.
Oh,
Yeah,
you like it, man.
those
You
pretty
like it, J
expensive.
Rocks, because you're a Giorgio Armani prince. You
Yeah,
would love
that's
it.
kind of why I wanted to try one of those because I always see them when pop up on the fragrance net when I'm ordering stuff. I type in the Giorgio Armani sometimes, and those come out, and they always they pique my interest enough to wonder what they smell like, but not enough to spend that type of money on them because I don't know what I'm walking into.
Mm. Wait,
Those
I
and,
got some.
and
I got
also
some.
probably Surge Off, how you said those. I
Ooh,
It's good.
hear positive things about them, so I kind of would like to maybe get a decan or something down the road. I don't know,
You
or
like the
maybe a
code
bottle. If
line,
I like
right?
it enough, get a bottle.
You like the code line, right? I don't like the code line.
Yeah, the thing about those is that they're yeah, I like the code line. I like Armani code and I like Armani Profumo, Colonia. I like all those. And I
hey,
like
hey,
all
you
that
know what?
fucking.
You
Hmm.
know what? You know what? I don't like Giorgio Armani. I don't like Armani code. You know what I go with, J Rocks? We go with the night code, baby.
Oh wow.
That's the real deal.
Was that a marker?
Yeah, you're bringing out some stuff I never seen before.
Is that a real cologne or is that a marker?
Oh, this is that Armani code, baby.
Oh.
This
You
is,
know what? We were
Armani code
talking
is a
about-
clone of this.
They had that Segna. They have the Segna that's supposed to be similar to the Armani code. I
Uh-huh.
tried it. I don't see it. I don't think they're similar. I think it's its own thing.
What's
Yeah,
Fragrance Journey doing right now? Is he still listening to us?
he's bored.
I'm bored. I'm not supposed to be bored. Okay. You want me to talk about my Zaharoff bag? George sent me this. He sent me like a
What
makeup kit.
about is there and your guys is like if you guys have been watching? How long have you guys been watching YouTube reviewers?
For about 3 years or two and a
Really?
half.
Good while. Is there like a specific reviewer you find yourself that you have a similar taste to that you're like, oh, like I like this, and you find he likes a lot of the same stuff?
I have a particular fragrance reviewer that I'm sexually connected to.
UK Frag Guide.
I am Joey Cannoli. No. No,
Oh.
I really first I started watching Jeremy Fragrance and he was the one that was coming up most often. So I was watching him and I liked all of his videos with the girls, with Lara and all that. So I liked him, but then that's when I found under his videos, I found Joy Amin. And I felt like Joy Amin really was more passionate about it. So, or in terms of he really talks about the fragrance for a long time if you're looking to know about a fragrance. So I like
Yeah,
Joy Amin.
his videos are kind of long, but I don't mind
Yeah.
them. I kinda like long videos because I like listening to YouTube while I'm like doing stuff around the house. Like say I'm
Yeah.
cleaning, ironing clothes, whatever, and I'll just let it play in the background. So like kind of like radio. I don't listen to radio that much anymore. Now I listen more to YouTube videos like fragrance
Yeah.
reviews or comic reviews, stuff like that. I listen to that stuff on the more than music now. And
Yeah.
I agree. I like those longer videos, and I agree, Joy. to me seems like an open book. Like he seems pretty honest. Seems legit about his opinions,
Mm.
and he reviews fragrances that not everybody reviews. He'll review, Jaguar, that one you just talked about, stuff that nobody's making videos about.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff people don't waste their time on. He'll dish out a video.
Oh, I wasted my time on this plenty of time. I smelled this at the mall, and I said, "Whoo!" I said, "Man, it's like
Yeah.
you got some dates in there or something, and it's powdery."
Hey, by the way, the Percival, it's not worth it. It's like it kind of like it's not worth it. Like after
Yeah, the
like where
150 is a
from the
little.
beginning to this, like till now, I don't like the way it kind of like turns. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of for
like
the
it.
price it is. It doesn't seem very like you. I like it personally,
Ooh.
but I could see how you could argue that price that it goes for, how it could not be worth that price. But as a scent, as just a scent, it's a nice scent.
It started off okay, but I don't like what it turned into right now. But my scent of the day is Florist Honey Oud. I bet you Fragrance Journey knows what that is. That's a good one, man.
So it does it have some floral notes?
It's got honey. The
Scent
name
of
of
the
it,
day.
honey and oud.
I was
Scent of the
wearing this
day.
today,
Honey,
and
honey,
I was
and
wearing this
it
in the
reminds
hospital
me
all
of.
day today.
It's kind of
It
sweet.
lasted
Like
me all
it's
the way till I came back.
My scent of the day. I'm about to spray it on.
honey oud.
Mmm. Oh yeah. Oh no.
I like the niche perfumes, man.
Yeah, honey oud. I've never tried a real
It's
oud based.
it just smells like it says honey and oud, man. Honey, oud.
But it's the oud is agarwood, right? Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So what does it
It's
smell like? Just like you chopped down a tree or something, or what?
um. I gotta look at the notes. It's kind of green, like yeah, like sort of like you're out in the forest a little, but it's very sweet.
You know what was a fragrance reviewer or an influencer who was influencing me too was Neil Mr. Miami Cuddles last video with the Happy Land fragrances with the fireplace.
Do
You know,
do you
sometimes I
find
want to
now you guys?
that fireplace.
Yeah, let me ask you that. Do you guys find that you guys have a lot of similar taste in fragrances? The two of you?
Not really.
I was gonna
Kind
say the
of.
same thing. I noticed a lot of the fragrances I like,
Should have
Neil's
smelled
not a
that.
fan of, and a lot of the stuff he likes, I'm not necessarily into. So we have like a lot of like different tastes as far as fragrances. It's like
Hmm.
with food. I love tacos. Some people don't like
Oh,
tacos.
who's Cyclones?
Some people like chilaquiles, some people don't. You
Some
gotta
people
go,
like
man.
enchiladas. Some people like tacos. Some people like burritos. People like the tortas. Like
Hey,
Exactly.
y'all want
I
to go
like
on a
I don't like pineapple on my pizza. The kids love it.
Oh, I
y'all want to
love
go on
it.
a blind date with Cycorns? She said we're all cute, man.
Yeah. Well, but he's gotta. So we gotta figure out who's he going out with first, or she. Who's she going
Well,
out
we
with
don't know
first?
these. Are you a he or a she, Cycorns? I like to
Yeah.
interact with the audience.
Hey, in this day and age,
Instead of
we
that.
do not gender label. We're all unisex. We're all equal.
So he's a unisex.
Fragrance Journey, you
Last time
still
on
in there,
Twitter,
man?
guess what happened to me on Twitter? I commented on some girl. I think I put like you go girl or something
Yes,
like
you
that.
did.
And people's because I forgot what she did, and I was like woo woo, like you go girl. And they started complaining that how dare you gender label? How do you know she wants to be labeled girl or woman? We're all equals. And I was like, are you serious? Like,
Hey, let me ask you a question. How come we have like all these different people that aren't even fragrance related, like New Irish Republican Brotherhood, um,
Yeah.
like
Free
some
Ireland, Armed
what?
Resistance,
But like,
my Irish
what group
brothers.
did you share it in? It's weird.
I don't
And,
know. I
and
probably shared it, and I have no idea. Maybe I shared it on my timeline on accident.
the old the old helmet.
The old helmet.
I like.
Yeah, we can talk about helmets,
Um,
baby.
Because on my timeline, I follow a lot of comic book people, and There's
Oh,
some people that bring out crazy stuff that has nothing to do with the books, but I guess somehow they relate to the stories, so they go on to like crazy other topics.
Hey, here's a good question for you guys. If you were to say of all like the comic books or movies that you guys have seen, or even a celebrity, who would you want to any type of person you would want to know what they smell like, or what kind of fragrance they use? You know, whether boy, guy, girl,
I'd,
woman.
I'd be curious to know what Michael Jordan wears. I grew up when the Bulls were winning every year,
he
so I was
wears
really into
cologne.
him. It was like not just me, everybody when we were in junior high, everybody that really hated him or really loved him because he was the best, and the second place wasn't even close. Second place
Hmm.
wasn't even close.
Hey,
So
Scottie Pippen.
everybody that really hated him or they really loved him. That's what always happens when someone is so dominant, so far ahead of everybody else. People are gonna either really hate them or really admire what they just accomplished.
Well, you know what he was wearing? Let me tell you right now. Night code, fake Armani code. What
Like,
about you, Neil?
oh, what? I don't care what anybody wears.
What about Katherine Hepburn?
It's not that interesting.
To me,
Uh,
Jordan seems like a very classy guy. He smokes cigars. He doesn't drink beer. He drinks champagne. He doesn't smoke cigarettes. He smokes cigars. He dresses in expensive clothes. So I'd be curious to what fragrance he wore or he wears.
Mm, yeah, I want to see what I want to see what Donald Trump wears. He probably doesn't wear anything.
Yeah, probably
I'd be
aftershave.
interested in hear what he wears. Yeah.
You know what he
I
wears?
see,
Let
I,
me
I
tell you
see,
guys.
I see Donald Trump.
Jaguar for
Honestly, I
men.
see Donald Trump being a type of guy that probably wears just aftershave because he's an
Yeah.
older guy. Like when you get older, sometimes just people throw on the aftershave and they're good. And
Yeah.
it's like it smells for 2 3 hours.
You know what he wears? He probably wears a Cartier. Yes, sir. I want to smell Mike Pence. I just want to get up close to Mike Pence and just.
Joe Biden, son, Joe Biden. I'm on team on Joe Biden. I don't know why he didn't run for president. For real though.
His, we can't get into politics. They'll come after us.
Yeah, we'll get a lot of bashing. We start talking about that stuff. Um, all right, we're getting close to that hour. Hopefully everybody that was in the chat enjoyed what they saw. I'm
I
curious
know
to let
Side
you
Corns
know
loved it.
if you guys are ever interested in hopping on, let me know. Check out your channel. Make sure you're legit and you're not just some troll and here to like ruin the show or whatever. And if you seem legit, everything seems good. Talk to the other guest or whoever we have on that time, and always going to invite a new member. We
Yeah,
try to keep it
Fragrance
to no
Journey
more
should
than
come on
yeah,
next
we try
time.
to keep it to no more than four at once because then it can get convoluted in the conversations. People can speak over each other and whatever when it's too many. So we'll keep it at four or less. And yeah, today was a good one. We knocked out had some good conversations out there, knocked out this episode with no issues. And I guess we'll try to make this a weekly thing. I guess maybe every Wednesday, every Thursday, if you guys are available. And everybody watching, stay tuned that we might be doing this a weekly every Wednesday or Thursday thing. And I guess we're done for today. Where can they reach you guys at?
Stefan Fragrance on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter. Stefan Wank. Stefan Eats. Stefan Drinks. Stefan Everything on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, Louis Arrighi on Facebook.
All right, cool.
LouisArrighi.
Shaves and soaps and shaves,
Yeah,
fragrances.
Shea Soaps and Fragrances if you want to join my group.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys go ahead in the comment section after the video's over. Post where you post a comment, post your links to your Facebook, your whatever you want to advertise. And anybody watching, go to a comment section, hit those links if you're interested. And I guess that's all we got for you today. We'll check you guys out next time.